Good morning, top of the morning from Ireland, and good morning from Tito. Here he comes with his ball. So, I am starting a new series of videos for one of our other YouTube channels, and we're really going to put a focus on particularly what's going on at the minute in the world, biblical prophecies, religious psychosis, pathologization of normal experiences that people are having, which albeit they might be terrifying. And I'm going to move some videos over from our other channel, particularly the ones of my own mental health journey and my lived experience of going into what was labeled as psychosis, and which culminated me being sectioned and held for 8 weeks against my will on an acute mental health ward and everything that went with that. So thank you so much, Tata. We are broadcasting. So particularly our community, particularly the neurodiverse community, who are born with enhanced senses, in order for us to survive in jungles, in environments where it is an evolutionary benefit to have enhanced senses, like enhanced hearing or psychic skills or telekinesis. So we're going to delve deep into a lot of these topics and more. We're also going to delve deep into transgenerational trauma, demonic possession, and mental health. The whole area connecting spirituality, which is vastly lacking in any mental health approaches, particularly psychiatry, science, and the Diagnostic and Statistic Manual, which continues to pathologize most experiences which are normal to most people, like trauma, abuse, and so on, so on, and most of which are pretty much a normal response to an abnormal environment or an abnormal situation. So we're not going to undermine anybody's experience or trauma, which is totally unique to them and their own coping mechanisms. But we're going to help you demystify, and we're going to depathologize a lot of the Diagnostic and Statistic Manual and psychiatry and psychology and this insistence on diagnostic labels. So the first thing I want to do, because there is a huge percentage of the population waking up to this process of ascension, quantum entanglement among humans, transgenerational trauma, epigenetics, German new medicine. We're going to delve into why our body runs specific biological special programs in response to various environmental and territorial situations. So I want to get a big message out there. Obviously, I'm banned from YouTube. I've had a strike for a week, so I'm not sure whether I'm allowed to load onto our other channel. But this series of educational and training and insightful, hopefully podcasts, will be going out to the general public, to mental health professionals, and really anybody else who's experienced these. So the first thing we want to do is call up some immediate and urgent help. Now, just to let you all know, we have a team of volunteers, really experienced mental health professionals who have trained last year, who will be joining us when we set up these face-to-face support meetings. First of all, starting in Belfast, Ireland. So let's take a look at what will be going on there. And this whole notion of psychosis, schizophrenia, spiritual awakening. Okay, so what is a psychotic breakdown, or what would be labeled and pathologized as a psychotic breakdown? So these are the support groups we're going to be bringing initially to Northern Ireland, to Belfast, which will be called the Spiritual Emergence Network or something similar. Okay. So what is a spiritual emergency? We recognize that a spiritual emergency or spiritual crisis is part of an ongoing and natural, it's a process of human growth and our evolution and transition towards our capacity as spiritual beings and enlightenment, bodies of enlightenment. We're going to go into chakras, we're going to go into higher dimensions, trans-dimensional healing, and so on, so on. So we see spirituality as an integral part of being human, everyday life. And spiritual emergence and spiritual emergency to us are fully holistic concepts that impact us humans on every single level, physical, psychological, socially, and I suppose go into bigger picture thinking, what is our purpose for being here and what's going on in the world. So there's loads of support on this website, guys. Okay, so let's take a look at what a spiritual emergency is. So you'll all be able to recognize when it happens, not if. Okay, so there's a lot of people talk about meditation, a lot of people connected to nature, and something as simple. We look for these big profound miracles and these big deep profound, but actually the simplicity of learning to be in the moment. And this is not sitting around going and deep meditating, guys. Mindfulness is training yourself to just stay in the moment, out of the past, out of the future. The past has happened, we can't revisit it, but what we do have a power to do is to create our future. Okay, the butterfly effect, guys, and quantum. So every thought that you're putting out there creates a frequency, which creates a response. Okay, which creates your own reality. So something like gazing at the night stars can bring a feeling of expand consciousness. So we're going to talk a lot about left brain, logical brain, and our deep subconscious mind and our unconscious, which is connected to the solar system and quantumly connected to every single human being. We're all breathing the same oxygen, guys. So this can start to build a sense and build a process of a spiritual awakening. Other activities such as music, just journeying inward, and life events, near-death experiences. You can actually do a master's now. That's going to be my next area of exploration, parapsychology. Or just a big traumatic life event like death of a loved one, loss, illness, total life-changing event that happened to me. So people commonly report like they're feeling different massively, and as to how they would ordinarily experience their reality. So this can feel like either a rapid and massive explosion or a slow unraveling of coming apart, and a sense that the world is not how it seems to be, or it's not how it's being narrated to us. And so this sense of falling or unraveling, everyday tasks become unmanageable, and either the sense of being unmotivated or overmotivated. Okay, slightly manic, what would be described as manic episodes. So that's where we will feel full of energy. I mean, I didn't sleep for 5 weeks. I literally did not sleep. And then another few weeks after that, when I actually was dragged in kicking and screaming into an acute mental health ward. So it's often characterized by extremes or experiencing things outside of what you consider to be just your normal everyday life. And this can be extremely disturbing, especially as the process moves through stages, often excluding experiences which society would argue is unreal or psychotic or delusional or grandiose. And it's really common to feel extremely anxious, like your whole reality, you're questioning your whole reality, your whole existence, your truth, everything that you have learned and everything you've accepted as this is history, this is reality, this is how the world is. So on the other end of the spectrum, we get complete feelings of ecstasy. I mean, it's no coincidence. 15 psychiatrists diagnosed me as suffering from euphoria. So these feelings of being connected, love, unity, these really intense feelings. And this can last for days or weeks or even months. So this intense euphoric feeling of energy can bring a restlessness. I mean, I literally couldn't sit down and quite lean anyway, hence the drastic weight loss. I was in, 6 stone range. And also that can alternate between just feeling completely spaced out or clumsy or off balance. So generally feelings of high sensitivity, sensory sensitivity, light, sounds, you can hear a pin dropping, as can someone who's in starvation syndrome. and really feelings of rushing through the body. And that's connected to what we would refer to as a Kundalini awakening, as all our chakras start to become unblocked and this intense physical energy is released through the body. So the mind functioning cognitions can be temporarily impaired, and things can be extremely frightening and terrifying. We refer to this as the dark night of the soul. Perception of time, complete time blindness, and feeling that we're just in the wrong world, we don't belong. Everyone else is like at the other side of this massive pane of glass, you know, that you're just shouting and screaming through. But at the same time, your mind, I mean, people ask me, do I have memory blocks? Not at all, quite the opposite, because your senses, your conscious mind is so enhanced. Every single sense is the ultimate sensory experience. And obviously deeper and more meaningful connections with nature, with humans, with animals. Obviously an increase in intuitive, you know, experiences, intuitions, visions. And sometimes this can be overwhelming, dreams, memories, prophecies. So this is where we have an increase to our naturally enhanced psychic abilities that we all have. Every single human being has, and for various reasons, like they're dumbed down, okay, using frequencies, fluoride, poisons in our farm and agriculture and our food. So individuals will have these psychic experiences again, which are labeled as delusional or hearing voices, visions, auras, spirits, you know, dead ancestors will come through in a quantum way because we have increased our frequency. We've expanded. It's like getting an upgrade on your wireless internet. Clairsentience, energy, sense in others' presence or emotions, clairaudience, hearing voices, telepathy, precognition, you know, things like us we label as schizophrenia, out-of-body experiences, near-death experience. And, you know, it can be difficult to articulate because these are all brand new thoughts and emotions and experiences. So the behaviors that, again, would be labeled as high-risk behaviors can be labeled as sexualized, financial. I mean, I just don't care about money, but, you know, in this higher dimensional reality, this system of slave, financial, demonic system just doesn't exist. It's Luciferian. So this can then result in unintentional self-harm or mistaken. But I've got ADHD and adrenaline is my choice of drug. So appetite, obviously, as well. So look, I need help. Guys, please go to this website, okay? We will be putting out information on, you know, our face-to-face sport meetings are going to be coming out really soon in Belfast. And in the meantime, we'll be getting all these videos loaded onto my Dr. McKenna YouTube channel after this weekend. So setting you all out, profound peace, love, and green emerald diamond healing, guys. More to come about energy therapies and rapid ways that you can all help yourselves as we look at this collective psychosis and trauma and try and stay sane. And remember, guys, stay neutral, stay in love, stay in your heart, and Garmy Agat. Love and light from Ireland.